Good afternoon and almost evening. No, not sure. 4:37 p.m. right now. My name is Roy, the host of my Happenings, my worthless half a penny. If you don't know yet, I am the only host in the history of the internet since before it was released in the 90s. Um, who fully and wholeheartedly admits that he has no idea what he is talking about, but he tries. So, yeah, I am not going to be the only one who's not going to comment on the latest of Jimmy Butler. But the truth is this: we don't know what's going to happen. We suspect that there's going to perhaps be some deal that interests both parties before February 6th, before the trade deadline. Whether he goes to Phoenix or not, we saw that Raptors right now are coming, trying to come as facilitators. There are interesting packages being floated around. Of course, all of those are packages being floated around. Nothing has been said or been leaked or been talked. The only thing we know from Sham's reports is that the meeting yesterday didn't change anything. Love was obviously just trolling us. And I mean, nobody honestly thinks that. The thing is this: I was thinking about this. Is there anything that would it be possible for him to repair things with the organization and then come back and play Miami? He would, I think, because I don't think that anything that he did himself, which is basically, play without any kind of intention to make a difference, but basically play trolling for a couple games, being unavailable for a few of those games. According to Five Reasons Sports, he was sick. According to Chris Haynes, that report that seems to not have been, the best vetted report that he did. He wasn't sick, and he was partying at 112. Anyway, that's I don't know what really happened. We don't know what really happened. There are a lot of things that because really I don't think that okay, Jimmy Butler being problematic in every single one of the teams that are left is the one thing that makes it like okay, so this is just Jimmy Butler being Jimmy Butler. But at the same time, because of the relationship that he did have with the team, it does seem like something is giving in his personal life. And then on the other hand, like everybody that I respect is saying, Jimmy Butler always had an expiration date. It's just that we wanted to believe, and I for sure wanted to believe that Jimmy Butler would retire with Miami because that's what I truly believe that would happen. And that's innocence on my end because Jimmy Butler is not the type of player that was going to retire anywhere. Honestly, it didn't seem like he's going to retire from somewhere, someplace, but not a place that is going to retire his jersey or, have him as a a city player. It could have been that to Miami. He could have had that legacy, but I guess for him making more money than he makes right now, even though he has a successful, that's going to be more successful business. And I think he's one of the guys that's probably going to be like Shaq, right, in terms of reaching almost a billionaire status as a business person. He still wants to make his money, and that is more important to him than a legacy. So what remains to be seen is whether or not Jimmy Butler is going to play, whether or not the Miami Heat organization agrees to let him ride the bench, which I think doesn't make any sense, or just go home with pay because he can't just be suspended right now. Or if he's going to sit up and play and kind of show his trade value. Like I said, again, I'm just right. When I say something that is new, I don't mention that I heard it somewhere else. Everything that I say, that I'm saying right now, I heard somewhere else. The one thing that I would say that I didn't hear anywhere else is my own opinion. Would I take Jimmy Butler back? I would. I don't think that anything that Jimmy Butler did is irreparable up until the moment that he said, according to reports that thus far have been proven right. You can't really go after Shams. Even though I heard his smirk, I really hate his smirk, and I hate the fact that he's happy with other teams' demises because that actually makes him more credible. And I understand it because he's happy for his own career, and he should, as he should. Honestly, Shams, good for you. But that now Jimmy Butler prefers to be a third wheel. He says, if I am supposed to be a third wheel, I prefer being a third wheel behind Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, as opposed to Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, which is extremely disrespectful to his teammates in one way. On one hand, that is the obvious. That's there is no arguing that's a fact that is offensive to his teammates. But there is also no arguing that it does have his own point. Whether or not that's going to translate to championship, probably not. I mean, what is I mean, honestly, I hope I'm not proved wrong, because it's not that I don't want Jimmy Butler to win a championship. Go win a championship. Do what's needed. Do what's best for you. But the problem is when you leave things the way that you did, when you throw your coach under the bus, when you throw your teammates under the bus. One of those teammates has said, he's my man. I'm not going to comment. Those are leaks. It's nothing that Butler himself said. There's no recording of him saying that. I don't think he has any control about what leaks and what doesn't. So, it's very difficult to judge by that. But if that is something that was said in the meeting, and that is something that they want to kind of leak because it makes Butler look bad, well, it does successfully make Butler look bad. It does successfully. I think we have 70% of Heat Nation not wanting him to suit back with the Miami Heat anymore, like not wanting him to come back to the team. That's the one thing that I can say. I would take him back. Does it make a difference? Jablanca shows that he does. Obviously, it makes a difference. It does make a difference. I think in this season in particular, we have a better record. We have a plus rating, a +5, I think, rating instead of a -2. So Jablanca proves that he does make a difference. There's just no way to deny that a player of the caliber of Jimmy Butler, even playing 70% of what he's capable of, 60% of what he's capable of doing, does help a lot. We cannot be like these other people that did not understand what's going on and didn't see Jimmy Butler as what he is, or at least what he was, right? Which is a perfect playoff machine. Perfect playoff machine. The only thing that is imperfect is that he's a human being, and human beings get hurt. That's all, and tired. But a perfect playoff machine in terms of the setup of his mind, in terms of the way that he gives it to the court, and it's very understandable that Jimmy Butler wasn't able to do that same level when his father passed away during the Nuggets finals. So, his father was very sick right during the Nuggets finals. So, we're not talking about that. That's besides the point. That doesn't make a difference to us right now. It's a sad story, in my opinion, anyway, right? It doesn't really matter who it comes from. I think it's a sad story regardless. But yeah, it's difficult to see. It's difficult to predict. Nuggets is a scheduled loss. Said that many times before. I'm going to say it again. I don't see us winning against the Nuggets. Every time that I had my hopes a little bit up, they come back and they just destroy us. Even if we are leading by 20, I'm not going to be comfortable. If we're leading by 20 with 1 minute to go, I'll say, okay, wow, we win. But that's it. That's the only way that I can't feel comfortable against the Nuggets. The Nuggets have enough, and unlike what Bam said, we don't have enough. Obviously, we're missing a couple of pieces, not just one. We have to. Rozier has been disastrously bad, and Duncan Robinson hasn't, by the way, not according to statistics and metrics. So, don't blame Duncan Robinson. You can blame Bam's decline for sure, and you can blame Rozier, who's been a minus because he doesn't play well in the system. Apparently, he only plays well when he's the focal point of the offense. So yeah, and he can't be the focal point of the offense. I don't think Spo is ever going to do that with Rozier. But anyway, we'll see what happens tonight in terms of Jimmy Butler playing. We'll see what happens tonight in terms of effort. If it's a close game or if it's a good game, it's good enough for me. Stay safe, stay dry, stay as happy as possible. It's a very complicated world of ours. Let's go Heat.